Fevers. Liberty highlights. New York pushes past Indiana team missing Caitlin Clark. The WNBA All-Star break is over, and the 2025 regular season resumed Tuesday, July 22nd, with a huge Eastern Conference showdown between the Indiana Fever and defending WNBA champion New York Liberty. New York closed strong in the fourth quarter to win 98-84. The Fever were without star Caitlin Clark again after she suffered a right groin injury. It was the 12th overall game she has missed this season. Indiana is now 12-12 and sits in 6th place in the WNBA standings, with the top 8 qualifying for the playoffs. The Liberty, 16-6, are now on a 4-game winning streak and currently have the second-best record in the league behind the Minnesota Lynx. Reigning WNBA Finals MVP Jonquel Jones is off the team's injury report after dealing with an ankle injury since last month. The Liberty were 9-0 before Jones got hurt and went just 7-5 in games in which she didn't play, including a loss to the Fever when Clark returned from her last stint on the team's injured list. Check out highlights from the game between the Indiana Fever and New York Liberty. The New York Liberty closed strong to defeat the Indiana Fever 98-84 on Tuesday. New York outscored Indiana 29-17 in the fourth quarter. 6 Liberty players scored in double figures, led by Jonquel Jones 18 points. Kelsey Mitchell had a game-high 29 points for Indiana, which had 3 other double-digit scorers: Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston, Sophie Cunningham. The Indiana Fever will face off against the New York Liberty on Tuesday, marking the Fever's first game back since the 2025 WNBA All-Star weekend. But star guard Caitlin Clark won't be in the lineup. Clark was ruled out of Tuesday's contest with a right groin injury. White said Clark met with doctors and underwent evaluations in New York ahead of the Fever's matchup against the Liberty on Tuesday. White said she hasn't received a medical update from the trainers yet, but noted that she will have a better understanding of Clark's return when she does. Team Nafisa Collier and Team Caitlin Clark both prioritized fun during the 2025 WNBA All-Star game, resulting in a lopsided 151-131 win by Team Collier. On Tuesday, Breanna Stewart said a longer All-Star break would result in a more competitive environment. "If we want the product in the All-Star game to be better, then we have to have more time in between the games," Stewart said on Tuesday. "There's no way that you're going to have a super competitive All-Star game with a Liberty game on Tuesday." Sabrina Ionescu had some thoughts on the CBA that is quickly taking over the discourse around the league, adding that she is confident a deal will get done. The Liberty had this to say ahead of the game against the Fever. "I think that's something we're really talking about, trying to really kind of put our best minds together and figuring out what that looks like on revenue share, on valuation, on new teams coming in, and how that impacts everything. I feel like we're just bringing in a bunch of new teams, crazy buy-ins of $200 million. How is that reflected in our salaries, as well as the league continues to gain more and more? How is that reflected in our salaries, as well as the league continues to gain more and more?